Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Greg K6EGG live stream. In just a few minutes, you're going to enjoy some free amateur radio fun here on the Greg K6EGG live stream. Everybody, welcome back to the Greg K6EGG live stream. It is, for some of you guys, it's already the 18th of December, but for me, it's the 17th. And for Eric, that's in here, Hamstick Eric's in here right now. It's the 18th for him. So, or sorry, the 17th, not the 18th for him yet. He's probably one of the last time zones in the country, if I'm correct. No, actually, yeah, because Guam's in tomorrow, I think.
Guam is where America's Day begins.
It is. Yes, I believe so. And looks like ham sticks are the best. It's 6 p.m. the 18th, way ahead of you. Where you at, Pilot Boy? I don't recognize your handle there. Colin, nice to see you in there. Dustin, I don't think I've worked you. New Zealand. Welcome aboard. You got someone sort of close to you, Colin. Not really, though. Don't tell him that.
I did. Plus 13 NZDT, New Zealand Daylight Time.
I've never been to New Zealand. I would like to go there one day. A couple quick things. You guys already see Hamstick Eric in there. Actually, it doesn't say it's Hamstick Eric. It says Hamsticks are the best. Are they really?
They are what they are.
I guess it's all relative, right?
I'm talking to you live via Hamsticks.
You are?
No.
Okay. Let me show a quick video. This is not a Hamstick. It's a Palomar in-fed antenna. I just put in, hopefully this works. So this is for you. It's actually for Palomar Engineering antenna here, strung across my yard here. Not exactly the best situation. I did get a little bit of elevation here on this planter here, but still seems to be getting out fairly decent. All right, not that big of a deal. I just put that thing up, like literally. I threw it up in like 2 minutes. It doesn't look that good, but it actually gets out on 20 very well. But 40 right now sounds like nothing. Lots of nothingness as soon as it got dark. So I don't know if it's the band for me or I got the same amount of noise or the antenna placement. What do you think there, Mr. Hamstick?
I think you have a lot of noise.
Yeah, I definitely have. Yeah, it actually looks like to be honest with you, it looks a little worse than it did before. FT8's like completely dead. I think I hit one person up in the Bay Area, W6. It looked like he had a lot of stuff on his website. W6AER. You probably hit him before, Hamstick, right?
I might have. Yeah, 40 meters looks like it's okay here.
Let me go back to
not great.
FT8. I was going to try voice, but there's like literally nothing on the band, which is unfortunate because I wanted to play with this new antenna a little bit.
Try out FT4 on 40 meters. See if you hear my guys.
Oop, I'm on 80. I'm not going to see anything there probably for sure. What's going on here? Show all windows. There we go. Looks like I got activity on 80, which I've never seen before.
Is that an 80 meter antenna?
It's supposed to be, but it look what it does when I do a tune up. Ooh, I'm going to turn it off right away. It's supposed to be, but I think I need to put something else in there.
Yeah, the SWR is pretty high.
Just a little bit. Wee bit high. I don't think it went off the scale.
Do you have neighbors with Christmas lights up right now?
What's that?
Do you have like a bunch of Christmas lights in your neighborhood?
They're holiday lights. We got to be politically correct. Holiday lights. Yes, we have a lot of Christmas lights out here.
Okay. Because I noticed I have that much noise in my front yard, but I have no noise in the backyard. And it's just because of the lights that are up.
Yeah, I definitely got a lot of noise. And Seth won't be joining us tonight. He's already in bed. Maybe by himself. Watching me. Us. Listening to you, watching me. That sounds weird. But he's I don't know. It's late for him. It's midnight. So Sam is watching a movie with his son, but he's also in the chat. All right. I can't. I'm in a group text and I just saw something I wish I could read out loud, but I can't. There's nothing on FT8 right now. Like zero. Actually, it was more. It had a little more activity earlier, and I went to this little thingamajig. And oops, wrong one. It says 40 is good right now. So maybe it's my antenna. But stuff was coming in a lot better earlier. So we got a storm approaching here. I don't know if that makes any difference. Do you think that's the case there, Hamstick? When you get a storm, does it affect the bands much?
Lightning, you'll see like lightning crashes on the bands. I don't know if it affects the bands too much because the storms are under the ionosphere.
Really?
I'll be honest, I'm not like a space weather.
What? How can you not?
So like I think I am more up to speed than the average ham, but I am by far I'm far from an expert.
Jason,
I'm far from,
Jason, as an expert, he says storms do affect the bands. I'm just kidding, Jason. But I appreciate you being honest, because nothing more than I hate when someone thinks they know everything, and it's normally just BS. But yeah, thank you for.
It may. I think you'll see the lightning for sure, because I'll see it. Well, not here because it doesn't lightning, but like when I'm back home in Wisconsin, I'll see it. But I mean, the big thing is it's not going to affect propagation too much, just because the storms are under the ionosphere by a good margin.
So we were supposed to get some rain earlier today. It said like 40% chance like 2 days ago, and now, whoa, there's definitely some stuff coming. Ooh, those are some pretty gnarly bands too.
And it looks like they're spinning up up north of you.
Yeah, looks like SAC. That's all like that's like the future cast, I guess. So definitely get some rainstorms coming in here. I know, Colin, you've been getting some lightning over there. Lots of lightning. I saw you've been posting on some of your Facebook stuff. You can follow Colin there at VK10 COL at Yahoo. I'm just kidding. I know it's VK5. Yeah, 40 is completely, obviously you guys see it's dead, but you guys just saw the video. I did change some stuff up, so that could be affecting it. I personally think it's more of a band issue than the antenna thing, because I made an S-ton of contacts on 20, and I noticed that the bands look more defined. So I don't know if there's less noise in there, but the bands going up and down, like they weren't like splattered, like they I don't know, they're not really existent right now, but usually they look a little splattered.
Was this prior to the neighborhood festive lights being switched on as well?
It was right as the sun was setting. I was on 40 and it was okay. So it could be, but I don't think it's the antenna setup. I think it's more of local noise issues. Just got Germany on 40 meters. I did see Germany on 40 meters about 30 minutes ago. Not now. They are gone. So I'll try FT4. I just slammed my toe into the, what's it called? Oop, this didn't follow. Usually, if I usually get about, if 40 meter FT8's like really happening, I'll get 25% of that. What's the word I'm looking for? Traffic, maybe stations on FT4. Would you agree with that statement there?
Sorry, say that one more time. I was like focusing on three things.
Okay. So I'll go switch between FT4 and FT8. If I have pretty good traffic on FT8, I'll go to FT4 and I'll have about 25% of the traffic or stations out there. Would you agree upon that? What up, Matt?
It depends. Usually if I see a lot of traffic on FT8, then I'll see a lot more. Well, not a lot. Like I won't see more on FT4, but I'll see more than normal on FT4 just because people are trying to fight for bandwidth.
Yeah.
But yeah, FT4 is typically a lot more open. Well, not open. There's fewer stations there.
That's what I was going to mention. There's fewer stations. So would you say 75% less?
Yeah, I think that's a good estimate.
Okay.
And the weird thing is it sometimes propagation will be really good and I won't make a lot of contacts on FT8 just because there's so many people there. And then you can go over to FT4 and just crush it.
How's your 40 meter right now, Denny? Denny's right down the street from me if he's actually home. I wouldn't say down the street, but he's over the hill. He's Chino Hill State Park, which you've probably heard of, Eric, is right in between us, me and Denny, KN6KN.
Chino Hills State Park.
I'm not on the radio. You're tired. You have to be on the radio. I'm tired too. Sorry. You got a big trip coming up? I'm guessing there, Denny. Oh. Yeah, 40 is just really dead. I was by you.
Try,
what's up?
Did you try FT4?
Yep. Nothing.
Nothing.
More nothing. At least I'm seeing something now on FT8. How did you like SoFi other than the traffic leaving there? Contact SoCal Approach 125.5. This sucks.
So you know what might be interesting? If the next time you went outside, if you took that, I don't know how you attach the antenna to the fence, but if you actually took it and just laid it on the ground and see what you heard.
That's a real.
The signals will be lower. So you may have to use a preamp, but
I mean lower than it is right now.
Yeah, Well, so right now we don't know what your signals are because your noise is just so high.
Awesome, and traffic was heavy, but not horrible. Parked at friend's house who lives across the street. Can I park there? I'll bring up some bad catering from lunch. I haven't been to SoFi. I only worked there once. Actually, 2 days, one event. And it was during COVID, so I had the place to myself. It was pretty nice. Really nice, actually. Added another DXCC VU4N. Was that the one that's like out the coast of Africa? Was that the one I texted you about earlier there, Hamstick?
No, I text you about VU4N. No, I think they're India.
No, I text you another one though, because you saw me.
Oh
working
yeah,
on...
ZD7CA, which is Saint Helena Island, I believe.
Yeah, is that Africa or off?
No, that's
South
like
America.
in the middle of the South Atlantic,
So
like between South America and Africa.
It's like the Hawaii of the Atlantic.
Yeah, it's one of the most remote places on Earth.
Even more remote than where you're at.
I don't know if we're considered remote because we have over 1 million people that live here. So there's lots of planes that come here. I don't think there's a lot of flights into St. Helena.
Oh, I was trying to work the Georgia station. It doesn't seem to be working.
I actually heard VU4N, but they had a huge pileup. So I gave up after I think a half hour. I only heard VU7A like once. They called me back once and then they didn't hear me and they gave up and it crushed me.
I'm assuming that was FT8, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, let's drop my pin. 0.
Yeah, most of my activity from home is FT8 unless it's people in the South Pacific or the mainland US.
Hey, Seth, get in SonoBus. Get in bed, be in bed and be on SonoBus. Or I'm going to start reading your text out. Is that good? That would be a whole nother show if I could show you the text that I get. Yeah, I got some email about that antenna setup. They're like, you're not going to get out with that just laying on a fence like that.
That's literally the thing is having a low antenna is great for NVIS.
I was working stuff like in Arizona and Nevada right before
Yeah.
it went to doo-doo. I thought I would get better range, like further
No,
away.
so when it's low to the ground, you're going to get a lot that goes straight down, and it's going to
Mhm.
bounce off the ground and go up. And then you're going to get a lot that goes up, and the stuff that goes out sideways doesn't really have, it's got a lot of stuff to go through. So most of your radiation is going to be going up, either like straight up or out maybe 45 degrees. So you're going to get single hop, very high, what they call it, incident angle. So you're going to get one hop in, 500 miles, 800 miles max range is to be expected. But that's how the great thing is you can even use 40 meters during the daytime as long as the noise is low enough, and you'll be able to work all those stations where you wouldn't be able to work 40 meters at all otherwise. And you can leave it up when it's windy.
Yeah, it's not up. That's for sure. I am getting out, so I know it's working. I know it's not failed. Actually, there's Alabama now. It's coming in at 12, plus 12.
Yeah, and you'll be able to actually receive probably a lot farther than you can transmit.
Oh, so that's why I'm not getting, people are not coming back. But people are seeing me.
I'm looking at your PSK reporter. They're lighting up the entire East Coast right now.
On the fence.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the PSK reporter?
Yes, I am. That's
a
a mini version of it that I have in the corner there on the right. Correct? Because I have the spots on.
Oh yeah, that's
Ooh, I'm gonna get a station right now. Oh, that's the other one. So the -7's working me. I have not worked them on 40 meter yet.
You know what I could do? Let me do this.
Greg, I worked out my yard size in square feet. Thank you for translating that to American for me. That's actually a pretty sizable yard. I think you've sent me pictures of your yard. Alabama. I could tell you who that not is. Or is not, pardon me. Whoa. A little too much.
It's not Seth? No,
it's not Sam.
Sam. Yeah.
Poor guy. Just wants to watch a movie. He gets harassed all night now. So why don't you so you don't like Christmas lights? Is that what or you say you don't care about Christmas lights? I apologize.
Who?
Seth. I think they're nice, but I just don't like looking at them. Ooh, this guy's not coming back to me now. Keeps giving me the same reading. -9 is workable though. But I did notice the band started dropping a little bit as soon as we started making the contact. So I got both of them calling me back. I don't see you at all, Dustin, if you're calling. But thank you for the report. I'm -17 in. Are you in southern Colorado?
Oh, I got him during the 10 meter contest the other day.
I think we worked him in Hawaii.
Yeah.
So this guy's not calling me back. So I'm going to go to this guy. Come on, baby.
Seth just needs to get the old school incandescent lights.
Yeah, the LEDs make a lot more noise. Okay, I just lost everybody I had. That's unfortunate. So I think this is a band thing. Because I'm watching the scope and I'm watching the waterfall, and it was like brighter red and yellow, and now it's like very dim and noisy.
So what you could do if you really want to check.
Go cut my neighbor's power?
No. So if you have a way to route traffic from a web browser in as an input to your computer, I can show you how you can tell.
Tell what?
If it's the bands or just your noise. You'd need to either use like a virtual audio cable or use your mixer to route like
I can
audio
route.
from a web tab.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right. So go to map.kiwisdr.com.
Oh, slow down. Map.key dot what? SDR?
So it's map.kiwisdr.com.
Oh, yeah. I know that one. So you don't know if you're in preview here.
Yeah, I am. Oh, wait, did you go to map.kiwisdr.com?
Let's just do this. Oh, that's not it. I thought I did.
No, you went to, I don't think you did map.qsdr.
Oh.
I mean, it doesn't matter as long as you can select one. There's actually only one even close to LA. And it's basically just as far as San Diego is. So the one that I really like to use because it's super low noise is the one in northern Utah.
Mm-hmm. I know which one you're talking about.
And that one actually has a separate address that you can go to as
This
well.
one right here?
It gets you a little better latency.
Northern Utah.
Mm-hmm. But I think this one works really well, but you'd if you want to see about the bands and like local performance, you'd want to be a little closer to you. So this is in kilohertz. So you're going to do 7074 and then make sure it's upper sideband. And then down below, you probably want to adjust your sliders a little.
Oop, that's too much.
Yeah, I think you need to slide the top one. And then one of the, I think it's the arrows going close to each other. You'll want to click that so you can get right in the section of the waterfall.
I'm definitely hearing stuff here.
Yeah.
That's my house. This is the SDR. So should we go to the LA one, or closest to LA one?
Yeah.
I see where you're going with this. Or should I try this one? Let's try this one.
Yeah, that one. As long as it's...
That needs a password. I got denied.
I know I've used the one... there's a couple. There used to be 3 in San Diego. All right. And then do the... you see how there's the plus, the minus, and then the 2 arrows pointing to each other?
Yep.
Hit the 2 arrows pointing to each other.
Just once?
Yep. So you don't have a lot of traffic in your area. You heard how much there was in Utah.
Oh, yeah.
But over you,
This is the audio from it.
You changed the frequency on accident.
There's a little bit more activity here.
And then you can see it's got about S3 noise during the in between the transmit cycles. You can see down on the bottom there's the S meter.
Yep.
So basically if you had S3 noise, you would be picking up about this much.
So it's pretty low in this area then.
Yeah.
What you're telling me.
And if you wanted to see what that station's picking up, if you route the audio from that browser tab into your wsjtx, it'll actually decode too.
So I can cheat.
yes and no. There's like a 2-second delay on a lot of these SDRs.
Oh, so it's not in time. I got you. Because it sends the time to the metadata in the air.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
You'd basically,
let's go.
You'd basically be decoding.
Ooh, I got somebody here.
2 seconds off. So what I do, just sometimes I want to see what I can hear. Is I have another. So hit cancel out of this. Don't change anything.
Okay.
Did you just make a QSO already?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So
yeah. Go figure.
Clone your profile. So if you do configurations and then hit clone. And this way, what you'll do is you'll create a new configuration.
Can I then rename it something else?
Yeah. And you put like SDR or something like that. And then when you go to this profile, you can change it and it won't affect your actual live radio one.
Okay. That's a very smart thing. So now I can go.
Yeah, and now you can basically point anywhere you want on the world with Kiwi SDR and listen to what...
It's just the input, right? Or let's see what happens here.
Yeah, you'd still like you probably don't have enough latency to transmit. Yeah. And you see how
it's gonna see our
it's
voice
actually
too.
A little bit off.
Oh, maybe not. Oh, I see that.
And if you synced up your computer time to someone's calling you.
That's from the last guy.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And you wouldn't want to sync your time to this because then your transmit would be off and they wouldn't. So if you actually wanted to use this to quote unquote cheat, you'd have to find a low latency SDR. You could use the Utah one if you went directly to their website, and instead of going through Kiwi SDR, they've got another web interface that's a little bit lower latency. The only thing is, I don't know what the rules are in terms of like awards and stuff on whether or not your receiver is too far away.
It's spelled, Greg? Sorry.
I use this a lot. I haven't used it a lot lately now that I got my noise under control. But I used to use this to check band conditions versus noise and to check whether or not my antennas were good. I'd basically run through and listen to the SDR that's over on Maui or the one that's over on Kaneohe and compare it to what my antenna could hear.
This guy's in the same. Oh, yeah, I've worked. Yeah, I know where this guy is.
Wait, are you actually working them listening through the SDR?
No. I switched back. I'm not a big fan of cheating. I was going
to say, it's not necessarily cheating. I mean, you'd want to double check the rules. I think as long as it's still in the same DXCC, so as long as it's still in the mainland US, it would still count for your DX awards. But I don't know what it would count for.
What's up, Don?
For like worked all states, because some of the awards are different. So for like DXCC, you can be anywhere in the country. Now, you can be anywhere in the lower 48, and that will count for DXCC. But it might not count for worked all states.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like using those as reference.
Yeah. There was a discussion thread on the ARRL's mailing group about the use of remote radios for awards purposes. And there were some really good points made up. Like for me in Hawaii, I am closer to the remote stations that are in like Portland. than someone that lives in Miami is to Portland. But someone in Miami can use the Portland SDR, the ones that will transmit, to work a station, and it still counts for their DXCC, but it doesn't for me, even though I'm closer than they are.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's because they run off the rule as long as you're in the same DX entity, it'll count for DXCC. So there's no actual distance requirement in DXCC, and at least not that I can find.
Oh, that's my picture when I was coughing.
I was actually looking at that recently because I figured they were going to have one on there for satellite because I'm looking at going home to visit family in the next couple of weeks, and I was going to bring my satellite setup. And then I thought, well, is it worth me even trying and let's say getting 30 DX entities via satellite, working a bunch of Europe?
Yeah.
If I don't end up living in that location, like let's say I get stationed in San Diego or Virginia, I wanted to make sure, if I bring my radio to Wisconsin, will those actually count for the future?
If you change you could keep the same call sign?
Yeah, probably. For at least a little bit.
K6HAM.
I'd probably, on the digital satellites, I'd probably actually use like KH6WI/W9.
Or K6STK. Stick.
And what's that? Oh.
No?
I don't know about that.
Why? Hamstick Eric.
Yeah.
That name is now going to stick with you forever.
Yeah, and it's weird because I literally just didn't know what to put, and I was like, Hamstick.
I'll tell you what, I'm not liking the band conditions here. Stuff's not, I think that storm is probably affecting it because it also got super humid right now. And it's like, last I saw, it was like 80 degrees, or it was 80 degrees today.
It was cold here today. It was down to like 70. And with the wind, I had to put on a flannel shirt.
What?
Yeah. I'm going to suffer when I go back to Wisconsin.
Now. What, you going back there soon?
I'm going to try for the middle of January. I like to try and go home around Christmas time, but it just wasn't feasible this year.
Usually people are going your direction.
Yeah.
You're going towards the snow and the cold weather.
And you know what? I told all my family, you guys need to come visit me for Christmas. And they're like, we'll visit you. And I think they're all going to come and visit me in the summer. Like, they're going to leave the summer to go to summer.
It's nasty there in the summer too.
It's not too bad, like 90s.
But
right now it rains every day.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but just enough.
Someone I know that lives up in Mela, I'm going to pronounce
Mililani?
that. Yeah. He posted something that was 66 degrees and like rain. And he was like,
oh yeah, people were like,
turn the fires on.
People were complaining at work. They're like, oh, it's so cold. I mean, we have ACs and stuff on. A lot of times it's on because the equipment needs it more than we need it. But when it's cold outside, refrigerating colder air works better. So everyone was like, oh my goodness, it's like 60 degrees in here. It's freezing.
And Colin down there in VK land, he's like in straight ass summer weather. Who I talked to? Terry the other night over in Melbourne. He said it was just boiling hot there.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I was chatting with some of the ZLs in June or July, and they were talking about how cold it was. And I'm like, it's July. What are you talking about? Forgetting that, July is winter time down there.
I think, if memory serves, I got back the same right around the 16th, 17th of December when I was down in Australia. And I was in Cairns and it was hot. We couldn't even
42
walk.
Celsius.
What's that in American? That's like 98, right?
Ooh, 107.
107 and rain? That's like what do they call that? Monsoonal moisture that they get in the Southwest, like in Tucson and Vegas gets it.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday, a video of one of those desert like rainstorms, and people were stuck in a slot canyon.
Ooh,
that was like it was like a quarter inch of rain, and it almost killed a bunch of people.
The joke on the strip is stay away from the Lynx Hotel when it rains on the strip, because that's basically like a funnel for all of the rainwater. Same type of deal. It's like the natural runoff to Lake Mead or whatever the Colorado River. Man, dude, 40 is like really dead. Like this is the deadest I've seen it. And I don't think it's.
Do you have the other antenna up?
No, I take that down. But I know the antenna system works because I was on 20 with it. And I had stuff on 40 earlier tonight.
Yeah, and you're hearing, you're not hearing, but you're
transmitting.
Yeah, PSK reporter says, oh, actually, I even heard you. You're minus 18 here.
I don't see anything. So maybe it was the lights that are messing up my receive. But why don't people call me back then if I'm calling CQ? I would see that. No,
well,
I wouldn't
they are
that.
calling.
Oh, they are calling me right now?
They are calling you back. You just can't hear them.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry, people that are calling me. Anybody coming over? I apologize. I better stop.
Yeah, because I can hear you, but you probably can't hear me.
That's unfortunate. I'm just going to turn that off.
Let me call you.
No, I just turned it off. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, Don is calling. I can hear Don calling you. Yeah, so I can hear Texas calling you.
Whose fault is that? Mine.
It would appear that it's yours.
Well, I'll find out after this rainstorm and see what happens to the 40 meters. But San Diego wasn't even really coming in either.
So are you waking up early or staying up late?
I do that every day.
Okay. So if you stay up late, I don't know if your neighbors leave their lights on all night, but after they turn their Christmas lights off, check your noise and see what you hear.
Why is my picture
or right
breaking
before
up?
they turn them on?
I think that's what was going on tonight. I heard because it was before the lights came on. Let me see something. Oh, that's weird. It looks clear on the stream. Very weird. I'm not breaking up the stream, but I'm breaking up my OBS. I just did an update, so that's probably the problem. So that bums me out. No HF for me tonight. So it won't be probably. Is there HF happening in the rain? I know does that sound like a stupid question?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean the rain is under the ionosphere.
Does it affect the signals?
No.
No?
It's going to affect. So rain will affect microwave stuff, but not really HF.
All right, we'll see what happens tomorrow on
Yeah, Don is calling me and I forgot to check for a free frequency, so I'm now transmitting all over the top of someone.
Why would you? That wouldn't be your fault though if you can't see him.
No, I can see him. I just forgot to check my waterfall to see where I was transmitting before I started transmitting.
Oh. I got you.
All right. Now I'm trying at 1400 and I didn't start it until 3 seconds late. So I'm a complete failure right now.
I'm going to go back. I'm going to turn it back on, just listen in and see if I can hear somebody. Excuse me.
I wonder how much power I'm putting out. I can hear it in my headphones. Oh, yeah, I'm putting out 97 watts.
I didn't put you in timeout. Woohoo. I'm not seeing nothing. Nothing from you. That might be you reporting me.
I'm PSK reporter?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. That's me sending your data up to PSK reporter saying that I heard you. Yeah, I don't think.
No,
Don
you're actually you're not in there. I don't see you in there.
Oh, he did. Okay, boom. Heard me at -19.
Huh. You're not sending my signal to PSK reporter. How dare you?
Don just said he can't hear me, but he sent me a -19.
Do you consider -19 hearing?
No, there might be some lag action going on.
By the way, anybody new watching tonight, don't forget to hit that like button. I got to update my page here. Oh, got 10 at 10, and then there's 13. That's not bad. 13 watching. Anybody new, subscribe. Do me a favor. I was trying to get to 2,000 subs by the end of the year. That was the goal I set in June, but I'm going to come up quite a bit short.
150? We can make it happen.
150 is a lot to get. I have to pull some big strings.
It's like $1.50 to China.
What?
Haven't you seen like the videos of people going through like the subscriber farms and like watch time farms?
Yeah.
Where they have like hundreds of phones just like.
You get banned from that if you do that on YouTube. You get.
No, that can't be.
Oh, yeah. You get strikes on that stuff. I know somebody that thought they were like really cool. They're like Mr. Cool, Instagram. They have like, I don't know, 50,000 followers and they're not really that popular. You know what I mean? I'm like, and I think their account eventually got taken away.
Were they a ham person?
No. Somebody I work with. I'm like, how the hell did you get 50,000 followers? Oh, I bought them. Well, why did you do that? But then you still got nobody watching or looking. So what's the point of having? Right?
I don't know if Don timed out or if he heard me, but I sent him RR73 a bunch.
He wasn't watching the radio, so that's his fault.
Well, I logged him.
You heard him once. He heard him. So I think the bands are a little funky, at least in my area. I'm going to blame the storm on it, not my antenna setup, thanks to checking that SDR out. There wasn't too much stuff on there. Because usually at night at 40 is booming through here.
Ooh, almost nobody can hear me on 40. I just checked myself on PSK Reporter. One dude on the East Coast and like 3 people on the West Coast can hear me.
See, whose fault is that?
I would say space weather.
But it's not space. It's in the atmosphere, right?
It's still space. I mean, we're all in space. We're just different parts of space.
We're all going around the sun and stuff. Yeah, it's weird. So I'm guessing that something's up with the band tonight. Something's weird. Something's not happening. Just heard Eric working W60AT. I like that oat.
Yeah, I like to like say people's names. Like your K6EGG. And W6 oat, I think, is W goat.
Oh, I got you. I got you. That makes sense.
There's one guy named K Booty. His call sign's pretty nice.
There's
another guy. Yeah. That's KB0OTY.
Don't forget about the W6ASS guy.
No, that was 3.
Oh, it was W3.
Kilo
That's
3.
right. It was Kilo. Was it Kilo 3 or W3? Okay.
And then there's one guy, Whiskey 0 Romeo Mike Sierra. I call him Worms.
The dildo guy?
I don't know that guy. And then many people like W0NKA Wonka. He actually has a QSL card where it's Wonka's golden ticket.
Trying to find somebody in here knows the KDIOD whatever dildo. Oh, there we go. KD1LDO. That's awesome.
How do they allow some of these?
I don't know. Well, we want to do a club call for the K6EGG. Be like, F you. The other thing I forgot to do was my open tonight.
Do you want to make a comment?
Yeah. Dang it. I spent a lot of time making that. My first thing.
You know what? That's why the bands aren't open.
Nah, the bands weren't open before I got on.
Okay, I think starting with an A is the winner, and Don just puts one.
Is that a real one? Yeah, that's a real one.
let me just pull it up on QRZ.
That's awesome.
It's totally a real call sign. He's in New Mexico.
Hey, I need to work him on a 12 meter. Tell him to work me up.
Do you want to work him?
I'm not going to answer that. That's not a fair question. Poor FT8 tonight. I'm losing my voice for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, it's starting to come alive a little bit. I got some stuff popping in here now.
Yeah, I thought it was great that I worked T32TT. Like the band was great then. I literally worked that the expedition 10 through 40 and every band in under 5 minutes when they're on FT4. I mean, but he's like 1,200 miles away, so.
And you got a nice ground plane between you two.
Yeah, a lot of salt water.
My dream was to get a house right there on the ocean and put up a big old giant tower.
Oh, have you seen
I think that's
K6 Yankee?
K6 Yankee?
Yeah, you got to bring him up.
Can I go?
I need to like reach out to him and talk to him about doing a contest up there with him.
Does he have anything on his website?
Yeah. It's a little outdated, but oh
my goodness.
Yeah. Do the antennas. Go to the antenna section.
Oh my goodness. Will he let people come over?
So I haven't talked to him. But there's like groups of people that go there for big contests, and when they participate, they usually do extremely well.
You think? Oh my goodness.
I think he's got photos of his 80 meter antenna going up there.
Wow. Why isn't this guy? Whoa, look at that thing. That's his 80WC W inverted V. Wow. The masts are back. Wow. Wow.
There's one of the photos. Yeah, he's got like a bunkhouse and everything for like guest operators. So when they're doing contests, like, sleep.
That's some serious radio if you do that. Look at that farm though, man.
Yeah.
Where's he at?
This is where little antennas are grown into big antennas.
Oh, what happened here? I wonder where that just.
So there was a photo at one time. I don't know if it's on his website or if it's somewhere else. They have an 80-meter beam.
Jesus.
It took a helicopter to install it.
Oh, he's up. Oh, he's out. No wonder.
Okay. So if you do up on the very top of the website, there's the menu bar. If you go to photos and videos.
I don't see a menu bar in here.
The black line. Your mouse is almost right over it. Oh no, wait, that was my mouse. Okay.
All right.
Now go right. Keep on going right. Keep on going. Photos and videos.
Yeah, that was on the top. That's in the middle. I remember my first day. So helicopter view.
That's a YouTube video. I guess they're all YouTube videos.
Oh, I gotta be careful with those.
But yeah, he used a helicopter to install the 80-meter beam.
Wow. This guy's got it going on. Have you never talked to him before?
No, I really need to though, because I think it would be great to participate in one of the contests up there with them.
Maybe I could do some content creating over there. All right. I want to see antennas, not trees. I can see trees all day long. It's a nice house. Yeah, this is kind of like my dream right here, actually. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's up on the North Shore.
There's more.
Yeah, that right there in the center, I think, is the 80-meter beam.
K9HSS. I think I've worked that guy. That is a hell of a setup.
Yeah, I think the only thing that they don't have I don't know if he has 6 meters.
What? How can he not with all those antennas there?
Maybe he does.
That'd be unfortunate if he didn't.
I mean, when you a 6/5/5 optobeam monoband for 20 meters.
Wow.
And then on 15, an 8/8/8. So that's 3 8-element Yagis stacked on top of each other.
Some pretty serious.
Yeah, when you stack them, you get it's crazy. I don't know.
There's a lot of ham geeks in there right there. That's a younger crowd
out of
too.
The 80s.
Yeah, that's a younger crowd. He's like, What are they doing? Yoga out there? That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. Wow. It's probably $1 million worth of radios and antennas and stuff. Or more, probably.
Yeah, on top of prime North Shore real estate.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really know too much about real estate. It's not right on the ocean. Beachfront's always going to have a premium.
What's up, K4 AOL? Hey, AOL. You like that one? K4
America Online.
K4 America Online. I like that. I really do. Do you have AOL still? I still do. That doesn't make you a bad person there. Other things might.
Wait, it's still there? Like it's still a thing?
Yeah, I still have my AOL account.
I think more than just email? Like
no.
The chat rooms and
no, those are all gone, I think. The chat rooms turned into Reddit. He just likes it. He doesn't. So you really don't. You got to just. Can you get at least an AOL address? Come on, man. You can still get one.
Oh, actually, there's a station in Colorado. I think it's like $300,000 that's for sale right now, and it's full of towers. It'd be pretty cool to have that station.
Just like do a donation, like a GoFundMe, and we'll just buy it, and we'll just invite people over, and they can give donations to help pay for it.
That'd be a lot of donations.
A lot of donations. That'd be one hell of a drive.
I wonder I don't know how it works for using like remote ham radio. Like if you can lease your equipment to them. Because that might actually, I mean, $300,000 for some land in Colorado with a bunch of antennas. I don't think there's like a really nice house on the property though.
Yep. You have the address or anything?
No, let me see if I can find it.
I'll link that bad boy in the chat. We'll look that up. Let's go do some real estate, honey. $300,000 seems a lot for Colorado. I don't know.
All right. So if you go to Whiskey Yankee 7 Mike.com.
Let's do this. That's it, huh? Whiskey 7 Mike.
Whiskey Yankee 7 Mike.
Whiskey Yankee 7 Mike. Holy moly.
Ooh, actually, it says it's been sold. I don't know that that's been... It might be for sale again through someone else.
Doesn't look like he has radio gear in there, though. That's all gone. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's nice accommodations there. But,
yeah, I mean, it's a contest station, so it's... Unless you plan on living out there, I bet it's in the middle of nowhere to get that super low noise floor.
Let's take a look on Google Maps. Why don't we say? Yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere. Oh my goodness, it's in the middle of nowhere. $300,000 for that seems very expensive, but you're paying for the antennas basically. What's that, by Durango? Yeah. I don't even know where that is. Oh man, no, that's not by Durango. Durango's further south.
Yeah,
almost by Vail.
A friend of mine just
Breckenridge
bought a contest station. I don't know if he wants it public or not, but
no, it's not.
So I won't out him. But yeah, he bought a contest station on the East Coast, and it looks like all the radios and stuff are set up in like a Connex box.
W6AM. I do not know him, Don. And it's 1:00 in the morning on the East Coast. So thank you guys for staying up.
I think it would be super cool to have like a property somewhere just so you could have like a remote shack.
My wife wouldn't.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't be like, you would remote into it.
Yeah, that's true.
So this way you could have all the antennas you want. You don't have to worry about noise. Your wife doesn't have to worry about your contraptions you're building in the backyard.
Let me look up W6AM. I've not heard about that. Oh, maybe I have. What's going on with my FT8? Still nothing? All right. I'm just going to end that portion of tonight. Not going FT8 anymore tonight. Shut my radio off. Look at Stan's setup. Give me a second. Let me look at his real estate here. So Pacific Palisades, for you guys that don't know Southern California, that is very expensive. I believe Tiger Woods has a house up there, or used to. That's where he actually got hurt.
I thought he lives in Martha's Vineyard.
He has a house there too. Actually, I don't know if you know, but Tiger's from this area. Cerritos area. Cerritos, like edge of Long Beach.
Oh, and he's got a house in Florida?
Well, he's worth a few bucks. So KE5. So there's a lot of these guys that are like this.
Yeah.
And I think, my goodness. Look at that thing, man.
I think sometimes when people get tired of it or they're getting out of it, they'll just sell their property to another ham.
4 stacked hex beams. Oh my goodness.
Stacking hex? That seems weird to stack hex beams, doesn't it?
I don't think they're like parallel with each other. They're in series kind of.
No, but they're still... Yeah, so they're stacked. I think that's what they call an H configuration. Yeah, you actually get gain when you tie them all together.
KE5EE is not a contest station in capital letters. I'm not interested in contesting.
I mean, that's what you would call a contest station, though.
Does not use
I guess maybe
remote.
call it,
sorry. Does not use remote in any fashion.
I guess you'd call it a mega station.
Well, I mean,
I would contest if I had that. Like, I don't like contesting that much.
Yeah, I'm not.
Because it's kind of a slog. Like,
well, POTA's kind of a contest, isn't it? Are we going to get in this conversation?
It can be like, it can have contest elements to it.
Yeah, that's
part of the contest that I don't like is the bands are so full, and you'll be operating unless you have a big station. Someone might not hear you, especially on 10 meters. At one time on the 10 meters, I think I heard 3 stations on the same frequency, and none of them could hear each other. But I could hear all of them because I'm in the middle of, like, there was a station, I think it was a VK5, I think, or maybe it was a VK2. But there's a station in the US, a station in South America, and a station in Australia, and they were all on the same exact frequency, and they were all making contacts, and I couldn't reach any of them because they probably all would have heard me and all reply. It was just,
look at the setup, dude. He's got a spa there. He's got a dry sauna right here.
And he's got that carpet
popcorn machine. So this is in Hawaii?
No, that's Florida.
Formerly KH6. Oh, I've seen this before. That's why this has popped up. Where's he at in Florida? Sorry for killing you guys' eyes. I'm not familiar with that area.
It said 20 miles north of Pensacola.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that area. So that's in the Panhandle. So that's actually in the Central Time Zone, if I'm correct. Maybe we should call somebody over
It's
there and see if he can help Sam with his antenna setup.
yeah, it's L.A. When I was stationed in Pensacola, people used to call it L.A., Lower Alabama, because it didn't feel like Florida.
Wow. Isn't like Tallahassee like the capital of Florida
Yeah,
in that same area?
yeah. I liked my time in Pensacola. I wasn't there very long though.
N3 AR is in SoCal. Okay, so somebody, I guess people are complaining that 40 meter shit, pardon me, it's not good in Southern California. It appears.
Where do you see that?
Someone just texted me. I got a text. I got a lot of people texting that's afraid of putting stuff in the chat, which I guess that's okay. Or I guess they could. I don't know. Doesn't matter to me. So I have to work tomorrow, or where some of you folks are already in tomorrow in the Monday. But I am off Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I'm probably going to stay away from the radio on Christmas Eve. But I'm going to be on Christmas night. So everybody can show me their new toys if they got them from their wives, which I doubt.
I didn't even buy myself anything for Christmas.
I don't like Christmas. It's like, you got to get a card for this person. It's like, oh, come on. Someone just text me.
I think Thanksgiving is kind of like Christmas without the expectation of presents. It's a very family holiday.
Colin just said he's a scaredy cat. Yes, you, Colin. Yeah, I don't know. I rather go out to dinner with somebody and have a nice meal with somebody than give them a gift and have good conversation with them and maybe learn something from them.
The worst though, I think, is gift cards, because you're just outright saying, I love you this many dollars worth.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Also, well, I mean,
I'll
some
let you
people
pick
are
out your
super
own
hard
gift.
Yeah, because like some people are super hard to buy for.
That can go a couple different ways. Icom is about to give you a gift. Me? Oops. What do you think? What do you work for Icom or something? We're going to get a firmware update? What's going to happen?
Ooh. I could go for an Icom gift. I am an Icom fanboy.
I've been on both sides of your Icom. Think about that.
Yeah.
I've talked to
only one of them though.
Only one of them, yes.
You haven't been on the 705 or the 9700.
We can make that happen with the clear node.
I got to get my 705 working on satellite. I tried it recently and something wasn't working. I think maybe my frequency offset. Ooh, maybe I had split on the wrong way. I could decode, but I couldn't get any of my packets through.
What's up, Bob?
Oh yeah, I have the 2730 as well. I like that radio.
When's the new firmware coming out? I think it already came out for Japan though. Some guys were putting it in and they've been running into some issues. It probably has some.
Wes Hams are putting in the Japan firmware.
Yes.
You shouldn't do that.
They said it's okay, it works, but I guess some people are having frequency drift problems, and I don't remember what they're saying something.
They have different band allotments in Japan.
That they do.
Oh, he's talking about adaptive predistortion. Yeah.
I don't have an amplifier though, so it probably wouldn't really affect me, right? That's mainly for amplifier people, right? Does that make sense? Maybe?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't know. Some of these radios have a bunch of. I'm a tech guy, and some of these radios have like some crazy tech that I'm just like, let me press the button and talk.
I hear you. All right, I know it's getting late, even for you. Let's see what, even 8:15 over there in
yeah. I gotta finish my chores for today too.
I finished most of mine.
I gotta do laundry yet.
Removes iron. So Don, in English, does it make it sound better? I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. And I'm not one of those guys that try to pretend, oh, I know what that means, and then like fake it to make it. New PW amp. So is it just physical? Is it just firmware, right? It's no hardware update you have to do. Keeps you from splattering and makes you probably a little bit louder at the same time. Maybe. But I don't know.
I need to get an I shouldn't say I need to get an amp. I don't know if an amp would be good for me.
I'm not a big fan of amplifiers. Because then you run into problems where a lot more people are hearing you and you can't hear them. That's what frustrates me more than not being able to talk to somebody. Because I can't talk to them.
I think I would actually rather have people hear me that I can't hear. Because right now, like, I can sometimes hear people talking like in Europe and I can't get them. If I set up the hex beam, I can. If I run 20 meters on the hex beam and point it over Alaska, oh, it's crazy town with 100-watt sideband.
Maybe because they're running 15 kilowatts over there or something. I don't know.
No, not if the band is like, as long as there's nothing auroral going on, going up over Alaska, over the pole into Europe. I was talking to people and they were S9 clear as a bell. And the one guy said he was 50 watts with just a whip on top of his car.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's gray line. It's like literally the path from here to Europe. It's riding the entire gray line. You got to do it around like sunset, like a little before or a little after sunset or sunrise. Because as the sun set in here, it's rising in Europe and then flip-flop.
That's what happens with me in China.
Yeah. It's the pileups. The biggest pileup I've ever had was just talking to people with my hex beam.
Colin's like, Europe is close to you guys. Okay, it's on the other side of the planet.
It's like 9,000 miles from me.
I know. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I got to get some sleep. But as long as I don't get too soaked out tomorrow during the rainstorm, I'll be back here on Tuesday after I have dinner with my wife because we're going out to have a little Christmas dinner. The firmware will do the same to the 7610. Oh, beautiful. So I hope I can get out or I sound a little bit clearer. I don't know. We'll find out. But Hamstick Eric, thank you for coming on late notice, last minute. I wasn't sure I was going to come on, but I got off fairly early. Everything was aligned for me to come on tonight. It was a quick game. No traffic hitting back. So I made it back here in like 50 minutes. Thoughts on a DV Megacast? I've never used one. I've talked to people on them. I don't have anything against them. I guess I don't have an opinion about it. I know some people that run them. A little expensive, I think. You can get an inexpensive radio used in a hotspot and do pretty much the same thing. But it does definitely work. It gets people on the air. That's if you want to talk through the air, because that's straight over the internet. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. It's getting late. That's kind of staying up a little bit late. I'm not going to get into bed till about 2:00 tomorrow night. So got to adjust a little bit. But Mr. Hamstick, take care. Hopefully I hear you in there on Tuesday.
I'll be here.
Look at KG1. I'll check that out, Don. He's probably got the Japanese firmware in there. Yeah, look whose fault is that there. You have a good night there, Travis. All of you have a good night. I'll leave. I'm going to play the open for the close. How does that sound? So take care. You got anything to say? Have anything to say?
Aloha.
You don't want to do it like aloha? No. All right.
Just this one is just aloha.
All right. Sounds good.
You want to make a comment?
Hello, everybody. Thanks again for watching the Greg K6EGG live stream. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and most importantly, share. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.